Good morning, student. So, till now we have discussed circular motion, rotating motion, and now today's topic is rolling motion. This is the last point of this lesson. Okay. So, rolling motion you have observed in daily life the rolling of the body. So in this case, if you have observed, it is a combination of the two motion. Means when any body is rolling, then at that time it performs rotational motion as well as it performs translation motion. It translates from one point to another point. So in case of purely rotational motion, the whole body is rotating about its axis of symmetry. But there is one point, that is center of mass. It translates from one point to another point. So the whole body is performing rotational motion while the center of mass performs the translation motion in case of rolling motion. Okay. So in case of purely rolling motion, the static friction is essential. Okay. If there is no static friction, then there are chances of sliding motion. So the static friction is essential for purely rolling motion. Purely rolling motion means when you start the motion, from there itself it starts the object rolling. Then we call it as purely rolling motion. But sometimes if you have observed, when you release the object and initially it slides some distance and then start rolling, or in between also sometimes it slides down without rolling and then starts rolling, right? So in case of purely rolling motion, what we should consider? The static friction. So there are no chances of sliding and we can observe the purely rolling motion. So let us find out the kinetic energies in case of rolling motion. So we'll consider one object in a rolling motion. So in that case, its moment of inertia is I. Let the linear speed. So in case of rolling motion, this center of mass is performing translational motion. That's why it has linear speed. Let V be the linear speed of center of mass. Let R be the radius of that rolling body above from the axis of rotation, and let omega be the angular speed of rotation. Okay. If omega is angular speed of rotation, V is the linear speed of center of mass and R is the radius, then we know the relation, that is V is equal to R omega. So we can rearrange this and we'll get the formula omega is equal to V by R. Okay. So we are going to use this letter. So keep in mind omega is equal to V by R. Okay. Let capital M be the mass of the body and capital K is equal to radius of gyration of the body. Okay. If K is the radius of gyration, m is the mass, then moment of inertia of rotating. In case of rotational motion of the body, it will be I is equal to mk square. Okay. So this also we are going to use later. Okay. So let us consider, if this is a previous information we have, so the total kinetic energy of the rolling body, what it is, in this case we have to consider both, that is the kinetic energy of rotation plus kinetic energy of translation motion of the center of mass. So sum of these two will give us the kinetic energy, total kinetic energy of rolling body. Okay. So therefore, how we'll get here? Let us substitute these values. So all of you know that kinetic energy for rotational motion, it is given by half I omega square is equal to half I omega square. It is already proved previously in case of when we were studying the rotational motion, plus kinetic energy of translation motion, that you know, half mv square. So let us substitute. I will take this first, that is half mv square plus half m. Now what is the value of I, moment of inertia? It is equal to mk square. Let us substitute the value of I and omega, which we have already, that is I is equal to mk square and omega is equal to v upon r. So if I will substitute here, I will get I is equal to mk square and omega square will be equal to v square upon r square. Okay. After that, let us take half mv square common from both. So here also half mv square and here half m, and this is v square. Okay. So take out of the bracket, what will remain in the bracket? This is 1 plus here remains k square upon r square. So we'll get the total energy, total kinetic energy of the rolling body is equal to half mv square into bracket 1 plus k square upon r square. Okay. So this is a formula to calculate the total kinetic energy of rolling body. Okay. So half mv square into bracket 1 plus k square upon r square, where k is radius of gyration. So here we have considered the purely rolling motion. Okay. So the kinetic energy, total kinetic energy of purely rolling motion is equal to this given equation. Okay. So you understood this. Very easy expression. Now the next point is, always the object is not rolling on a plane surface. Sometimes it rolls from an inclined surface also. So let us study the rolling body on an inclined surface. Okay. So we'll see. Here you can see the inclined surface. Okay. Let us find out the speed and acceleration of the rolling body on an inclined surface. Let this is a surface inclined at an angle theta. Okay. And let this is a body having a mass capital M. Okay. And it is at the height h from the horizontal. And let it covers the distance s when it will roll from higher point to lower point. Okay. At that time when it will roll, obviously the center of mass will perform translation motion and the whole body will perform rotational motion. Okay. So it has a gravitational potential at the height h. When it is at this point, it has highest point, it has a gravitational potential at this highest point, and the whole gravitational potential energy is get converted into kinetic energy. Okay, so you know that gravitational potential energy is equal to mgh. Okay, and this is equal to the total rolling energy, rolling kinetic energy. Okay, so if we will start from here, from the rest, means the initial velocity of this rolling object is 0, and when it starts, it take a speed, suppose it is v, and reaches this point after the completion of the motion. Okay, so already we can write the equation, that is gravitational potential is equal to total kinetic energy of the rolling motion. Okay, so already we have find, that is rolling motion is the translation plus rotational. So kinetic energy of translation is mv square, half mv square, and kinetic energy of rotational is half I omega square. So after substituting the values and solving this, we have come to the final result in the last expression. It is equal to half mv square into bracket 1 plus k square upon r square. Okay, so let us compare this with, it is equal to potential energy mgh. So this mm get cancelled, then multiply this 2 on this side, so you will get 2gh, and this is on this side, it will be divided by. So v square is equal to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. So taking square root on both the sides, we will get the value of v. So v is equal to under root 2gh into bracket 1 plus k square upon r square. So what is this v? V is the speed of, linear speed of the rolling object. Okay, so it will give this equation, this formula will give us the speed of the rolling object. Okay, now let us find the acceleration. As the body starts from the zero velocity, and after that, if you will see, slowly its speed goes on increasing, and again finally it will come to rest, right? It will have some velocity, it will come to this point. So it accelerates from higher point to lower point. So let us find out this acceleration. So velocity we have already, v is equal to 2 under root 2 gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Okay, so see here, this is the distance covered. So if you will consider this right angle triangle, then in right angle triangle, sine theta is equal to h upon s. So you will get h is equal to s sine theta. And after rearranging, if you want to find the value of s, it will be h upon sine theta. So let us, accordingly we got here s is equal to h upon sine theta. So kinematical equations will get 2as is equal to v square minus u square. So we want to find the acceleration. So here it will be 2a, value of s, we have h upon sine theta, v square 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Let us substitute here, and it starts from the rest, so initial velocity will be 0. Okay, so here if you will take 2h get cancelled with this 2h. So on this side it will remain only a is equal to, take this sin theta on this side, it will be g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. So in this way we got here a, that is the acceleration. Okay, acceleration of a rolling body on an inclined plane. Okay, so this is a acceleration. Both this velocity and acceleration, both are this, we got this formulae are on the inclined plane at an angle theta. Okay, so in this way, by using this formula, we can calculate speed and acceleration of rolling body from an inclined plane. Okay, so but in case of purely motion, okay, when we are considering the purely rotational motion, purely rolling motion, the static friction is essential. But in case of purely sliding motion, means there is no rolling, just it will slide. Okay, purely sliding motion. At that time, we are not considering this factor 1 plus k square upon r square. Okay, because this factor will show you the rolling motion. Okay, rotational rolling motion. That's why we are not considering this factor in case of purely sliding motion, when it slides down. So at that time, without friction, there is no friction, and if there is no friction, it will slide down. Okay, so when it will slide down, at that time we are not considering this factor. So cancelling this factor, we'll get directly the formula a is equal to g sin theta divided by that factor as cancelled, because we are considering purely sliding motion. Then v is equal to under root 2gh. Okay, is it clear? So when it is sliding motion and when it is rolling motion, purely rolling motion, and when there is inclined plane. Okay, so these three cases we have studied. Okay, now some remarkable properties here we are going to study. The last point, see, for a rolling object, okay, that we have studied already. For a rolling object, if the moment of inertia is in the form n into mr square, okay, if it is in the form n into mr square, then this value of n, this whatever it may be, the value of n, it is equal to k square upon r square. Okay, the n is equal to value of k square upon r square. Now we'll see, for example, you know that the moment of inertia of a sphere about its axis of symmetry, it comes equal to 2 by 5 mr square. If you will consider this n mr square with this, then mr square, it is in the form of n mr square. So n is equal to 2 by 5. Now this 2 by 5, it is equal to k square upon r square. Okay, so in this way you can find out the value of k square upon r square for so many other shapes. It is given in the textbook for rod, for cylinder. Okay, it is given. So go through that. Now, so what we have studied in the first remark, see, that is the value of k square upon r square is equal to n. if the moment of inertia is in the form of an mr square. Now the second part is, suppose when the rod rolls, see here, when the rod rolls, then it is actually the cylinder that is rolling, because rod is nothing but having a cylindrical shape only. So when we call rod is rolling, means cylinder is rolling.